Always live. ABC 7 News starts right now.
A San Francisco Superior Court judge went through with his plea offer today for a serial car burglar, ordering him released from jail after less than 4 months. Good evening, I'm Dan Ashley.
And I'm J.R. Stone. The ABC 7 News I-team has been looking into the judge's reasoning in this case.
Yeah, and our Dan Noyes was in court this morning and is here now with the story. Dan.
Well, Dan and J.R., San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins took this case very seriously. Instead of the general felonies unit, she signed this to a major crimes prosecutor and pushed for a 2-year state prison sentence. It didn't work. Unlike judges in past hearings for repeat car burglar Robert Sanza, San Francisco Superior Court Judge Bruce E. Chan denied our request for a camera in the courtroom at today's hearing for video or still pictures. And he went through with his offer in exchange for guilty pleas to 5 felonies: receiving stolen property, accessory after the fact, possession of a firearm by a felon, concealed firearm in a vehicle, possession of ammunition. Sanza will be released after less than 4 months in county jail.
So with Sanza's history of reoffending, how is this proper?
I said what I had to say on the record.
I tried to discuss the case with Sanza's public defender, Sylvia Nguyen. He's been on probation several times and reoffended. I wanted to ask what will be different this time.
People are kind of upset about what's happening here. How is this proper given his history of reoffending?
I think the court made a very clear record.
Which is what?
The court made a very clear record. You were in there. We made a clear record as well. So thank you.
Is that all you have to say?
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
As part of the plea offer, Robert Sanza had to admit a string of felonies over the years, starting with domestic violence in 2019, several burglary convictions, evading an officer, and resisting arrest. Sanza also had to admit he was on probation when the crime was committed and that his prior performance on probation was unsatisfactory. But during today's hearing, Judge Chan said it's important to be smart on crime, not just tough on crime. He went against the Adult Probation Department pre-sentence report that called for state prison time and ordered Sanza to be released on probation. As part of the judge's plan, he promised to personally monitor Sanza's progress, and if he reoffends, Sanza will face a maximum sentence of 3 years, 8 months in state prison.
That's this case, and I made my commitment after his earlier cases that we would make sure that we held him accountable.
DA Brooke Jenkins is growing more vocal about what she sees as failures in the criminal justice system.
I think we have a culture at the Hall of Justice here in San Francisco of judges viewing property crime as less significant, finding opportunities to not hear trials and to send people back out to, sadly, use the courthouse as a revolving door.
The judge on this case is Bruce E. Chan. He's 68 years old, did his undergrad at Stanford, law school at UC Davis, worked as a San Francisco public defender for 18 years before Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger appointed him to the bench in 2009. He's been re-elected twice. His current term expires in 2029.
It seems like in the 10 years I was there, trying really hard, the city only got worse.
That's former San Francisco police officer Riley Bandy. Sanza has been convicted of running from police several times. And Bandy got injured when Sanza slammed into his patrol car April 27, 2022. He sped away in a stolen car suspected in several auto burglaries that day. Sanza rammed into houses, sideswiped cars, slammed into another, causing injuries. Sanza faced a slew of charges, but in a plea deal with a different judge, all of them got dismissed except a single count of evading an officer. The Robert Sanza saga has driven Officer Bandy to retire. He worries about officers still on the force.
Then the question is that going to motivate police officers then to work harder? I don't see how that's possible. Oh boy, San Francisco. I'm just fed up there. I'm just fed up.
Sanza may be getting out of San Francisco County Jail any time now, but he faces a $200,000 warrant out of Contra Costa County for fleeing an officer and resisting arrest. The DA's office there tells me they are making arrangements to take Sanza into custody. So the story continues.
See what happens then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's something.